The biggest lever you can pull in any marketing strategy is urgency. If you can make I'll buy one day turn into I need to buy this right fucking now, you will maximize your sales. Most people are on the fence, right? You've got a lot more people in your audience who are aware of you with no kind of reason to buy than you have people who are literally on the edge ready to buy right now. And all they're waiting for is the right offer at the right time. Now, if you want to make the right time now, you have to be consistently creating offers. Now, when I say offer, a lot of people think like discount or bonus or something like that. And while they are very effective, yes, you can create the perspective that you need to get somebody to buy right now by just changing the way that you promote your service. So there's a couple of bits of key psychology here that go into the buying process, right? And the first one or the main one, the reason that offers apply and that offers work so well, and it's often misunderstood too, right? The reason that offers work so well when they run like this is because if you promote loss aversion, right? So loss aversion is avoiding a loss, right? And humans, psychology, we will work a lot harder to avoid missing out than we will to gain something extra. So, like, if you offer somebody extra stuff, that's cool, but they will not work as hard to get the extra stuff as they would if you were about to take something away. So, the process of like adding little bonuses and things like that, the bonus isn't important. You could add an extra bonus and it's like, right, cool, that's just an extra thing. But people won't work hard for the extra thing. People will work hard for the extra thing if they are about to lose the opportunity to get it. Now, you can limit these things in different ways. You can do like time, or you can do like just offering to a certain amount of people. But the goal here isn't the offer. It isn't to make the offer, it isn't to discount what you're doing, and it isn't because there isn't true value in what you've got, right? The goal is to give somebody an offer that is that irresistible that they cannot possibly lose out, rather than make an offer to persuade people. A lot of people, when they run offers, they think that the goal is to like push people over the line. That's not the point, right? The point of the offer is to make people realize that they cannot go and there is no way they can miss out on this. So if you're going to run an offer and you're going to say like, I'm going to offer this to the next like 5 people, or I'm going to run this offer till Sunday, and then you keep hammering that urgency, you're effectively just building tension, right? And the way that we talk about tension when you're marketing on social media, a lot of it is like retention, as in getting people to pay attention to you as long as possible. When you are constantly applying tension to the offer, whether that is the offer because something's disappearing or whether it's the offer because there's a deadline approaching, either way, our brains react a lot better when there's a deadline, when there's a reason, okay? Because you will have, like, for example, like one of my clients, he's got like 128,000 followers, right? Of those 128,000, the conversion rate of those followers who are aware of who he is and his business compared to those who book calls, which is significantly less, and then those who are clients, which is significantly less still, the conversion rate is like that because they're waiting for a reason to buy, right? These people are interested in what he's got to sell. They are potential customers, but without the right reason to act now, rather than I'll just wait, I'll do it in the future, there's nothing there. So when you're running offers, don't run them as a persuasive tool. Run them with the customer journey in mind and the buyer's mindset in mind. That people don't want to miss out on things a lot more than they want things. So, like, if you offer your coaching service and you're like, I've got this thing, it's really, really good, they're like, cool, I'll get back to you on that. If you're like, I've got this thing and it's really, really good, and you can't fucking get it unless you get in now, or you will get this amazing offer, like, I don't know, your first month for free or something like that, and it's like, there is such a good offer there that they'll work harder to not miss that offer than to get the really cool, valuable thing in the first place. So, whereas like in the sales process, you do want to stack value and you want to really kind of show like the whole sales process is stacking value against costs, right? How much does it cost me in money? And is the value better than that? Because if I look at my amount of money and I perceive this as being worth more, cool, right? So you don't necessarily always have to drop the price. Like if your value and if your customers are seeing your product worth this much, you don't necessarily have to drop the price to make that value look better. You could just raise the value, right? Which is by, you can drop the price. That's a way of stacking that value there. Or you can add bonuses and things like that to it. But the goal of any of this, any kind of offer you're going to run, any kind of addition to the service, it means nothing without that urgency, without that limitation, because people will react to that, right? The only other thing to bear in mind with it is that if you are going to run an offer and you're going to try and run some urgency, there needs to be a period without urgency. Because if your whole tactic, like closing down sale or something like that, like DFS sales, it's on forever, right? So it's not really a sale, is it? There's always a discount to be had. Somewhere in the store, there is something cheaper. Like the thing, like when you go to supermarkets, like if you go to a supermarket, any supermarket you go to do a weekly shop, you will likely pay a similar amount because there will be different products on different offers, and you'll save money by going in. It's their way of doing the perspective. Like they'll charge you more. Like a loss leader is like they will sell loads of it at a cheaper price, making a loss on it or nearly making a loss on it to get you in the store, so that you then buy the more expensive things that make the money back. Like it's perspective, right? You see something is cheap, so you will buy it, and also you take the opportunity to buy it while you're there, because if you leave the shop, you are not going to get that chance again. Which is why when you go to like Black Friday, for example, right, people will buy a load of shit they don't need. The reason people buy a load of shit they don't need on Black Friday is because they cannot bear the chance of not getting it again. You don't have to wait for the calendar to apply this to your marketing. You can apply this to your marketing whenever you like. You just need to have the right structure in place to run the right offers. Now, something that goes really, really well with this is email marketing, because with email marketing, you can directly put your offer in front of people in a quieter space. Because if you do it on social media, everybody's there, everybody's doing whatever they're doing. If you put your offer in front of people in a quieter space with less competition, directly to them, like literally pinging their phone to get their attention, you're going to capitalize on that, right? It's a much more direct form of contact rather than just putting a poster up, which is what your social media posts are, putting a poster up and hoping that somebody reacts to it. You have to put the right offer in front of the right people at the right time. And that is how you can absolutely maximize your sales.